Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Eats, there's Underdog Views, and I watched the movie Imaginary from, I think 2024? Yes, 2024. Um, before we go on, Expendables 3 you get tomorrow. Yeah, that would be fine. You're gonna get that one tomorrow. And then part 4 hopefully then on Sunday. But let's just start with the movie Imaginary. We see a lamp on the ceiling, and it's a bit flickering maybe, and the camera goes down, and we see more of those because we're in a kind of a hallway, and the camera goes down, but it also goes forward, very slowly forward and down, and we see a window, but we go around the corner to the left, and there we see maybe a small door, and the door bursts open, and a woman falls out, and she's very heavy breathing, and she looks back, and she goes around the corner, she stands, she looks, and then she walks backward, further through the hallway, and she touches the wall a bit, and she leaves a bit of a smudge of blood. But also gonna leave that, because if you don't know what's happening next, watch the movie yourself. Yeah. This movie is imaginary, so it's a bit like Imaginary Friend, if that we watched last week. But this is a horror movie, and well, okay, spoilers, but we saw a bear, and until a certain point in the movie, it was revealed that that bear, just like spoilers for if you haven't seen it for Sixth Sense, just like that, he's not real, that bear wasn't real. That bear was imaginary. But the mother saw it, the youngest daughter saw it, and the male the male child, not male child, but the older child, Taylor, which is the oldest of the two girls, and there was Alice is the youngest one. Taylor couldn't see it, but what was the mom's name? No, the mom, she didn't know that Taylor couldn't see the bear, because she thought it was real. That was a good twist, Oh, not anymore for you if you haven't seen the movie yet, but that was a good twist, that thing wasn't real. I didn't expect that, actually. After the ritual, because they had to do a kind of a ritual, they went to Imagination Land. Yeah, that was kind of nice, to see that. It was not like you expect, actually. Maybe it. No, they had the mom and Taylor, went to Imagination Land, with Gloria, the neighbor, that was a babysitter, from the mom, from when she still lived there. And they went there, and Gloria died quickly after. And they get try to get Alice back, and they made the door, to get back, and that imagination mom says, well, I'm not gonna, you're not gonna take my daughter, because the mom was basically the stepmom, but the imagination mom said, well, yeah, you cannot take my daughter, and they pushed her, and the door was already open to go through, and okay, they all stare and stand there. You could have been outside already if you just went. No, you just stand there after the push and then look if she's gonna get up. Really? But why are you just... it's basically, throwing a grenade on the ground and then just stand there and look at it. It's something dangerous that you pushed away, basically, and you just stand there and look at it. Try to see what's gonna do. Well, obviously, it's gonna explode, and that thing, obviously, is gonna get up and go back after you. Nope, they just stand there and look, and then it gets back up, and they're like, oh, Taylor, Alice, you go! They could have gone already. But no, all three of you just stand and watch. And then they went out perfectly without a fight. Except to push them, but no fight, nothing. And I thought, really? That's how it ends? With that and then all happy ending? Really? Fuck you, that's really blue balling, but luckily they didn't, because apparently after the mom got also back, no, she was actually still there in Imagination Land. Okay. That's better. Because if you just left it at, yep, she got out perfectly, no fight, nothing. You just, yep, go, close, done. Come on, you can't do that kind of shit, But yeah, like I said, that luckily didn't happen, but it made the score of this movie go a bit down, because it was a good movie at first, but from that point on, became at that point, and I thought, well, fuck you, that now, you can't do that shit, So, at first I thought, oh yeah, this is a 4 out of 5, this is a good movie. Then it went back to 3.25 because I just, a 3 is too low, but I thought a 3.4 is just, 3.5, it just, I feel low for it, just too high again. But it deserves a high 3, low 4, because, it was a good movie, but then they pulled that stunt and that brought the score down a bit, because, I thought at first, big fuck you, but they kind of recovered, yeah, but go watch the movie yourself, leave likes, recommend a good movie with imaginary thing related to the imagination, subscribe, check out my second channel, Underdog Eats, where I do food drinks every week from time to time. Also, as an alcohol on my third channel, Underdog Reacts, where I do primarily music. Link down below in the description. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Supergirl, The Long Walk, and The Expendables 3. On Sunday you get Groundhog Day, because it's Groundhog Day then. I finally can watch it. I think Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, maybe, and the last Expendables 4, the Expendables 4. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on Monday with hopefully another movie. Bye.